Alright, welcome to Death by Metal, September 11th. Dead silence. Alright, well, that's what it is today. Anyway, we're going to talk about a better date. 1986.
Yeah.
Great year of metal, Reagan years.
Shit.
Alright, so let's start around with this one. Kev, you went to go see this concert? Opening for Ozzy in 1986. Tell us about it. Talk real loud because we're far away from the camera tonight.
Yeah, this was quite an experience for a young puppy. This was my first year in college. I said, hell with it. You know, we're going to see that Metallica.
Metallica.
Hell yeah. Man, that was Mash Up Puppets. And they opened for Ozzy, and we went to Keel Auditorium. The old Keel Auditorium, now it's Sabbath Center in Fort Lauderdale.
That's where you went to go see Sabbath.
Born again dude. And we were running late the whole damn time getting there. We were running so late we knew we were getting late, so I just parked my car by a dumpster. You know, just ran the fuck back in as quick as possible. Turns out, later after the show, I found out I get a ticket, of course, but it was worth it to get there. And we walked straight to the front gate, walking in. Went right by the stage. Todd was already on stage. So it was instant craziness right away. It was like, and we walked by the stage and we didn't care what our ticket said, by the way. We just walked to the place. There's an empty space on the side of the stage. On the side, we just walked there, sat our ass down, and just started ripping on Metallica. They were just ripping, just shredding us.
What songs were they playing that night?
Oh, I know they played that whole entire album, not most of it.
Oh, yeah.
I remember when Mash Up Puppets came on, I was so overwhelmed by the loudness that I walked out into the alleyway outside it, and just stood up against the wall, and the wall was shaking, and I was like, oh my God, because I already drank 4 quarts when I walked in, I was pretty hammered when I walked in anyway.
Now you saw this show with the Oz Band, 1986, Metallica, Ozzy Osbourne. Tell me about Ozzy. What was your Ozzy experience in 1986?
I remember that old Ozzy just coming out and all glittery.
All glittering.
Oh, glittery. It just seemed like it was all colory and colorful and glittery.
Sharon had them all dressed up.
Oh, pretty boy like Ozzy, it was just ugly. It's ugly. And I do, remember when he doing all the chants for him. He comes out finally. He's all on all fours, bouncing around like a dog. Like a crazy man. And I seen that right away. I was like, oh.
At this point, you wanted to cut Ozzy's feet off.
No, that's that's where that came from. I seen him live.
Now, our guest Rob here, he went and saw Ozzy the same year.
Nebraska.
Unfortunately, you didn't get to see Metallica. You got to see
Blue Oyster Cult. And if anybody in the Omaha area knows why Metallica was not at that show, I would like to know. I felt kind of like really ripped off.
That's definitely it, man. That's not a good trade-off at all. That's about the worst trade-off I've ever heard.
I saw Blue Oyster Cult a couple years ago at the county fucking fair, and they must have been so ashamed of their own material that they spent their entire set playing fucking covers. They played their 3 big hits, and then they did a goddamn what you would call when you run songs together.
Montage.
There you go. They did Crazy Train and a bunch of other shit.
Because they got Rudy Sarzo playing bass for him.
It was pretty terrible. It really was, man. To see a band that had been in existence for
Well,
over 30
I can
years.
see if Rudy Sarzo's playing bass. I guess Rudy Sarzo owns rights to certain Ozzy songs. Well,
I don't know.
I don't know.
That's
the
a question.
logistics of that, actually.
Hey Sharon, get on that. I'm sure some dollars in there somewhere for you.
I'm sure Sharon's going to be kicking some knees to get that one going. Next up, we got Queen's Right. Kip?
I sure did like that album. Walk in the Shadow song was really a great way to start that album. And it just hooks you right away. I love Jeff Tate's vocals. It's just, that's one of the most phenomenal bands of that time for me. I mean, I love Jeff Tate. That was a fantastic singer today. No question about it.
Tell me about it. Oh, Chris DeGarmo's work on this album. What's his music sound like on here? His guitar playing. Adequate, above average.
Yeah, definitely above average. It's one of those classic albums of all time to me. I mean, that's a fantastic album.
Larry, you like Jeff Tate?
So. I'm not a big fan.
I'm talking
You're not a
about
big fan of
at
Queensrÿche?
the time. Now, you know, I'm
I'll
not
give Operation its due, but yeah.
Yeah, I've never really gotten into Queensrÿche too much. My old drummer did, but I just know.
It is a matter of
What album is this?
taste, I suppose. Rage for Water.
Okay.
Fantastic album.
Not even familiar with this one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That was their first, wasn't it?
No. The first album was
Twin Horizon.
Showed how big of a fan I am.
Yeah.
All right, I think everybody will agree this is a great, fantastic album.
Oh, yeah.
1986, Raining Blood.
Yes. That was
Angel
my
of
change
fucking
right
death.
there.
Angel of Death. Everyone agrees, Angel of Death.
That
First
was-
track on the album. Killing from the beginning.
Probably, yeah, in 28 minutes, it's just pure shred and ripping.
Larry, what do you got to say about this album?
One track that I really love on that album that hardly anybody ever talks about is the follow-up to Angel of Death, and that's fucking Piece by Piece. Just 2 minutes
yeah.
of awesome.
Yes.
Love it.
Oh, yes.
It's the only way to exit here, piece by piece.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. That's one of those just ultras of mine forever. Once you hear this album, you ain't going back.
Not to mention that's the first album Rick Rubin produced for Slayer.
Yes.
It totally changed the sound of the earlier Slayer albums.
Oh yeah, Rick Rubin was the fifth member of Slayer, actually.
I never will forget
Oh, yeah.
the MTV segment when they asked Kerry King, what drives anyone to want to listen to Slayer? His biggest quote was, "You're gonna have some problems, man. You can't get into it unless you got some problems." I always loved that. I was like, that's absolutely right. That's right. That sums it up.
This is what you put on to chase hippies away.
Yes! Yes!
Alright. Kev. This is one of Kev's 1986 picks.
What? Talk about high pitched screams right there. That's about the highest voice I've ever heard in my life.
This guy still scares the shit out of me.
Yeah. Yeah, that's, we got to see those guys at Metal Fest 13.
Yep, I do remember.
That was awesome.
First track, The Candle. Almost 7-minute long song, The Candle.
Fantastic. I mean,
On record too. That sounds like, line up to Jay and enjoy this album.
absolutely. You gotta be able to handle. You gotta be able to handle.
You gotta have that acquired taste.
Yeah, vocals are really out
I
there.
never did acquire it.
It sounds like someone scratching nails through a chalkboard. That'd be sick.
No doubt. That's
This
definitely
is- we were trying to find a 1986 album for Anthrax, and we failed, I guess. What, 85, 86?
85, 87.
Yeah.
But we're figuring this is what happened, this is the reason why we didn't have an Anthrax album in 86. We got SOD instead, so.
Yeah.
What about this album? What you talking about?
Billy Milano. Yes, sir. Yes, indeed.
That sick fucker.
Yes. Yes, and Scotty Ian and Benente on drums.
They are such a bunch of New York
Dan
motherfuckers.
Luther on
They all got eyebrows like fucking caterpillars.
Yeah, New York, but New York style grind. I get a cool word. I don't know.
Yep.
It's SOD anyway.
Tight jeans and big tennis shoes. This is 86 through and through. What do you think, Larry?
Yeah, man. I mean, I never really got into SOD a whole lot other than, their,
I just love that.
Sergeant D is
coming, and you on his list.
My favorite song by SB is still Aren't You Hungry? That's kind of
My favorite one is the tribute to Jimi Hendrix.
Oh yeah, that's all. That's not. Oh, it's not really like a song. It's more like a snippet.
Well, sure, it's a song. It's dead.
You're
dead.
Yeah.
songs that have on there again? About 22.
20, oh shoot, yeah.
Wow. 11 songs on the side.
Damn.
Never get your money worth or not.
Alright, this is our final album to talk about. Well, actually, we got one more with a video, but this is an extravaganza of silly, crazy shit, but and actually, in all seriousness, was for a good cause.
Metal's answer for We Are the World.
That was put together by Roy Davis.
Slightly more tolerable than We Are the World. Not by much, but this is Stars. This is Hearing Aid. This is a charity event. God, look at Vince Neil, that
Ronnie James Dio's brainchild. That's what this was. Ronnie James Dio's brainchild.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
and you know, Dio was such a great person. Man. He really was, you know, a very kind-hearted person. You know, and he was all about metal, and he loved what he did. And you know, this was him, you know, doing what he did with a lot of people that are awesome, man. With
All his
I'm
friends.
sitting here reading this. Got Tommy Aldridge, freaking old Ronnie James Dio, Brad Gillis, Kevin DeBro,
Ted Nugent.
oh, Ingve's in there.
Yeah, it's,
Rob Halford, good God, the names go on and on. But this is
you gonna play that
a
video?
piece of his history here.
You gonna play that Stars video?
Oh, we're gonna play the Stars video. It's funny because when we first started the show, we said we'd work on a playlist. Well, let's go ahead and play it.
Hell yeah.
Here's Stars with Hearing Aid.
Death My Metal.
Death by Metal.